On Amadeus with Travelocademy English. My name is Gaurav Kera. Sorry for being late in making the video. We have been busy in the offline and online classes, and I'll try to be consistent as much as I can. Every time we make a video we say that, so but that's I saw some comments, and there were different topics that you want to learn, and so this time we're making a video on how do you change a date in Amadeus. So to understand this, we have two ways to make a date change. So let me show you this over here before we move to the Amadeus thing. So first thing is Amadeus gives you a facility of automatic changes. We call it ATC. So either you call it Amadeus ticket changer or you call it automatic ticket changer, is up to you. Amadeus likes to call it Amadeus ticket changer, and the other one is a manual change. So both are changes. Manual takes a lot of time. I would say at least 7 minutes more than an automatic change. When you are talking to the customer on a call, or when he's sitting with you, it takes more time and it is less accurate than automatic changes, because automatic changes is where airlines will the Amadeus will check all the facilities and all the conditions and everything of the airlines, and then will give you the final amount. So automatic changes is one, and then manual changes is the other thing. We would rather do automatic changes in this video, and going forward we will do other types of changes also, like manual and all. Now this is one classification. One more thing, automatic changes, when you do ATC, it is paid. You have to pay for it as like a monthly rental that goes to Amadeus, but then Amadeus has different combinations and permutations in different countries. Somewhere it is like a yearly package, somewhere it is monthly, so it depends. Generally it is monthly package that you have to take from Amadeus. Now here this is one way. Second way that we divide this thing changes is when it is fully unutilized ticket, and one is partially utilized. So these are the two types. Fully unutilized means that you have the ticket which has been completely unutilized. The passenger has not taken the flight. And partially utilized is where he has taken one flight and now he wants to change the return flight that he has. So these are two different things. What we are going to do is a simple case here. I will tell you about the other cases also, because and on the Telegram channel I have shared a flow chart of around there are possibly 8 to 12 kind of changes that can happen, including automatic, manual and all. So you can go and have a look. The link is in the description. And now let's start. Let's understand what is automatic changes. It's a very easy process. There's nothing difficult in that. Let's first find out a reservation. You don't have to worry about this command that I'm running. I'll make a video separately for this. This is a list command where you can search the ideal kind of PNRs that you want to look for. So I'm looking for a PNR where the tickets are issued. Seems like there is a ticket issuance thing here. Let me see. Okay, let me try something else. Let's take another I'm randomly taking one PNR because it is better to take a random PNR than to just make this have a pre-planned case, because sometimes you get a very complicated case that I can share with you automatically. Now here is a booking that we have. Okay, this seems to be one case that we have over here. This is a Singapore Airlines booking, and all right, so this is one PNR. If you are watching this video, this means that you have watched many others, and you would have an idea of all the things that we do in Amadeus. So I'm assuming that you know a lot of commands yourself already. Now first of all, what we need to do is, so what happens in changes is you have to make sure a couple of things in your mind. First thing is that we cannot downgrade the class. I'm just going to be writing it over here. In changes, we can never downgrade a class. I'm sorry. So we can never downgrade a class, which means that you can either keep the class same or you can make it you can upgrade the class, but you can never downgrade the class. That's the first thing. Second thing, which we have here is we can never change the airlines. That's where the Amadeus says, or the ticket says, the ticket is non-endorsable, which means you cannot change the airlines at all, unless it is a involuntary schedule change, which means there is a schedule change from the airlines end. In that case, sometimes airlines might allow you or give you the authority to change the airlines. Otherwise, if you are doing it, you can never change the airlines. So you can never downgrade, you can never change the airlines, and try not to change the routing of the booking. Try not to change that. So if passenger had a non-stop flight before and now you're changing it, make sure it stays like that. It stays like a non-stop. If it was one stop and going via some specific city, it has to be with the same route. For example, if you had a flight from Sydney to Singapore and Singapore to, let's say, Colombo, if you're changing it, you have to make sure that this remains the same. Although this can be changed, it is not that it cannot be changed, but then you have to refer to the fare rules, and if fare rules says that changes or the rerouting is permitted, then you can do that. So that's one thing that we have over here. So Sydney to Singapore, Singapore to Colombo, it has to remain the same. So what we can change actually is either the date or the class of travel. That means we can upgrade it from economy to business class or business to first class in that way. Now, moving to the case that we have here, this is a booking. It says it is Ashish Chanchalani, some booking that somebody has made. It is from Delhi to Singapore and Singapore to Delhi. And the class was Quebec. 25th March, the flight is departing. 30th March, it is coming back. Today, today is 21st of March that I'm making this video. And let's see if so first of all, we will look for flights. The flights that the passenger is looking for. We cannot change the airlines. We cannot downgrade the class. And we will try to keep the routing same as it is in the booking. So when you are looking for availability in changes, try to use SN instead of AN. Because SN gives you the availability. Like, it shows you the availability of all the classes. Even if the classes are not available, it will still show you that this is the class. For example, if I'm just for an example, I'm give you a comparison like here. So if this is out of this PNR, this is not related to this. So if I do AN 10th of let's say 24th of March from Delhi to London on a British Airways flight and a non-stop flight. And over here on the right hand side, I am just using SN. Now, if you see on your left hand side, it says the lowest class is Golf, which is on waitlist. L means waitlisted. Hotel is the lowest available class that you have right now. And on the right hand side, I've run the same command. The only difference is I have put SN instead of AN. Like this one. Now you can see it says hotel class. Yes, it shows you the same class availability. However, it tells you that these all classes were also there but now are not available. Why we need this is because as you know that we can take only higher class, we cannot take the lower class. We can take the same class. If the same class is not available, let's assume the same class. We had sugar class with us. C means closed. SC. S is a class. C means closed. Let's assume we had a sugar class initially. Now if you look at this here, if you run AN command, you would not have any idea. Okay, like it is Golf, which is this is not available, this is waitlisted. Hotel, is hotel higher than sugar or is hotel lower than sugar? We have no idea because we cannot see the other classes. We know that this is in order. We know that the one on the right hand side is the lowest class and the one on the left hand side is the highest class. Highest in terms of the payment, in terms of the conditions, it has the least condition and it is the most expensive class. We have done this in the availability section in the initial video that we have made. So this means that we will prefer using SN command, but even if you use AN, it is perfectly fine. Now coming to the topic, let's do RT back to here. We do SN. I'm just typing in the let's say we need a flight on the 24th of March leaving from Delhi to Singapore, and this is on Singapore Airlines. So I've put 2, and it has to be non-stop. So I've put filters like Singapore Airlines and then only non-stop flight. Enter. Initial class we had was Quebec. Quebec is available, or yeah, it is available. See, it is available. So we'll just do SS. How many passengers? 1, Q1. I'm taking specific class this time, and yes, we can pick this one up just to distinguish, because sometimes, you know, when you pick up the flights, you forget which is the new one. Just remember, the one which you have just picked up will be in DK status. If you do not have the IATA on your Amadeus, in that case there might be HK as a status when you pick up. However, generally, you know, when you pick up a new flight, it remains in DK status. Now let's you know, pick up the return flight, 26th of March, and this one is from Singapore to Delhi on Singapore Airlines, and this is going to be a non-stop flight again. So we had Quebec class here, we have Quebec class here available. So we do SS1 Q1, enter. Now see, if you understand, this is automatic changes, not manual. If it would have been a manual change, then we would have to run the fair rules command. If you remember that FQD command we have done in the cancellation case and fair rules video, where you have to run that FQD command and check whether changes are permitted, not permitted, and all those things. Right now in this case, we are not required to check that, because we know that Amadeus will do it for us. What we have done is that we have picked up the new flights. Now what happens here is Amadeus will give us 2 things. First thing that happens in changes is airlines change fee. Second thing that you get is the fare difference. So you will get these 2 things. Fare difference is like, what is the difference between the classes that you have picked up now and that was there in the original ticket, and over and above you will be adding your own service fee, adding service fee to it, like this. So let's check it. Let's check this one. So what is a command to do that? There are 2 commands. One is FXO and one is FXQ. I'm telling both the commands together in this video. So what happens is, FXO is like, it will give you the most, I would say, it will give you the cheapest possible, cheapest available option. What I mean by this is, even if you pick up Y class for a new flight, we have picked up Q class. We had Q class here and we picked up Q class here, the new one. So you see DK this one and DK this one. These are the new flights that we have picked up on 24th and 26th of March. This is Quebec class. We got this thing. This was available. But if we would have picked up Y class also, still if you run FXO command, it will bring it down to the cheapest available option. Just like if you remember, we had FXR in pricing. When you do FXR, it brings you down to the lowest available. The same way FXO, what it does is that it gives you the, the cheapest. It compares your flight with the cheapest possible option, cheapest available option rather. FXQ, what it does, that it stays in the same class. For example, if you picked up Y, it will not bring it down to Q. It will keep you in Y class and give you a difference between the old. So old ticket was Q class, let's say, and new one is Y. So what it does, that airlines penalty will remain same in both the cases, in FXO and FXQ, because that is fixed. What is a difference is basically your this thing. So FXQ will keep it in the Y class. So what is the difference between, whatever is the fare difference between Q and Y? Q was the old one, Y is a new class that we have picked up. Whatever is the difference, we will take it. And on the contrary, in case of FXO command, if the new flight that you have picked up is in Y class or whatever class, whatever higher class you have picked up, it will automatically bring it down and make sure that you get the least fare difference in this. But sometimes what happens is that the FXO command does not work, so you might have to work on that. I'll show you both the cases in this case. I hope this did not, like, you were not confused by understanding this. If you think it was confusing, I will make 2 separate videos for this in future. Please tell me in the comment box if this is all right to understand. So first of all, let's run the FXO FXQ command. Let's do FXQ. If you remember, FXQ will keep the new classes same. It will not downgrade the class. So FXQ / segment number, the new ones, or rather the segments passengers want to travel now. So passenger want to travel now is segment number 2, segment number 4. This one, DK. This is the new segments that he wants to travel. And then you put a / and T and the ticket line number, which is 14 here. So you'll do 14. So understand, FXQ / S2, 4 / T14. That is ticket line number 14. And we can press enter. Let's see. No fare for booking code, try other pricing options. This says that it is not available. I mean, we are not able to price this. Let's run FXO here. FXO / segment number 2, 4 / T ticket line number 14. And I'll tell you why this happened. What was the error that came up? Now, when you run FXO command, it suddenly gives you some screen like this. Now, understand, there might be a lot of reasons why this happened. When we picked up Q class, right, and we ran FXQ command, what this does is that, we tried to keep it in the same class. We tried to keep it in Q class. However, it's a technical thing that, when the date is very near, like 24th of March is just 2 days after from today. When you pick up a very close date, sometimes the class is shown there, but you cannot price it because airlines does not give you that. That is not actually available. That is just, for people. If you want to book this, you have to be like booking it for like 10 days in advance. There is a special condition of advance purchase on those tickets, on those seat, like on those classes. So in this case, Quebec class that you can see here is available, but you can just see this. You cannot book this. So that is why when I ran FXQ command, I wanted to keep it like the same class. It did not work. It said, sorry, it showed us this error, no fare booking, try code. This means that the same class that you're trying to compare with the class that you have picked up, you cannot change it to the new date. That is not available for the new dates. Although it shows you, it's a bit confusing. It shows you, but it is not available. Now, what we need to do, what we had to do is FXO. FXO, what it does, it actually, it's a very, it's a balancing command. It makes sure that it adjusts automatically. So when we ran FXO command, see what it does. It brings you down, or rather in this case, up to Whiskey class. Whiskey class, if you see, would be a higher class. You see Quebec and then Whiskey on the left. If it is on the left, this means this is higher class. So FXO automatically adjust itself. That is why we advise you generally to run FXO command, then using FXQ command. But then, in some cases, the FXO commands in some companies does not work. So we run FXO in that case. So coming back to this, it shows you, as I told you, it will give you two things. First thing, it is old and new base fare. You can see the base fare difference is 6,984. This one is INR. This is the base fare difference, 6,984. And old tax and new tax difference. So basically what you need to see is, let's move down, MD is a ticket difference, which is going to be here, this one. The ticket difference is 7,281. That is the difference between because it was originally Quebec class and now it is Whiskey. So it's a increase in the fare. Second thing is the penalty. So if you see the penalties, which must be mentioned in the FQD command if you would run 2,934 Philippines peso, the currency is over here. So you have ticket difference, you have this, and finally what you need to see, never see grand total, always see total add collect. This is what you would be looking for, 10,252. This, because it does its adjustment, because if you see the tax must have gone down or there must be something, so it automatically adjusts at the end. What you need to run, or like what you need to look at, is only the total add collect, which in this case is 10,252. This is the amount that we will be paying to the airlines. Over and above this, you will be adding the let's say travel agency fees. Let's say we add 3,000. Now you have this much. So it can be anything. This is your travel agency service fee. It can be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, or free, up to you. So what you need to do is you will be charging, you will be giving airlines this much amount, and then you will be charging the passenger according to your service fee. Now let's go back and cancel. If passenger pays you, you cancel with XE command. XE, what we don't want is the HK segments, which was the initial flight 25th and 30th. So we do 3 and 5, enter, and then you do RT, and then you save RF. I'm saving it by name, ER, IR. This has saved the new flights. Now what we need to do is we need to send it for reissuance. I'll make a separate video on reissuance. Again, reissuance has two things, automatic and manual. So we'll do that. Now the next video that I will make will be on how to change partially, how to do automatic changes for a partially utilized ticket. Like one side is flown, how to do that. And also if the passenger wants to change only one side, what do we do in that case? That's all that we have in this video. I hope you you learned how to do that, and this will help you in your work. The videos are generally longer because we want to tell you the base so that you never face any problem while you're doing it. I will see you in the next video. We have some online courses. You can join us if you are in New Delhi, India. You can come and have some offline classes with us. Thank you so much for watching this one. You can subscribe the channel, like the video. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.